This is The Way Forward, and I'm your host, Better Moody. This is a Halloween special. So, grab a candy bowl, dim the lights, light a candle. Let me tell you about Clair, Savannah, and little Camdin and what I recall happened in the fall of 2024. It started, this is it, by the way. Here we go. It started as a dare. The kind of harmless after-school Halloween dare that always goes a little too far. Claire had just turned 17, Savannah was 9, and Camdin, barely toddling, he couldn't talk yet, but he'd make those dinosaur growling noises, the ones like, well, he's just the coolest guy that you ever met. So he didn't have words, but he had a vibe. He'd throw out sounds like FX sound effects. Roar! Their mom, Better Moody, was running late from the office. Why is mom always working? That's what I ask myself. The sun was sinking, and across the street from the playground, behind the chain link fence, stood the old administrative building. Boarded windows, broken blinds, a no entry, condemned sign hanged crooked on the door. Place was probably full of asbestos, lead, and some airborne plague that kids are immune to. But everyone said it used to be a daycare, decades ago, back when the base first opened. Then something happened. Nobody was sure what. It closed. We should just peek inside, Claire said. 5 minutes, then we go. Savannah frowned. Mom said no. Well, Mom also said no soda after 7. She says wash dishes, no friends over to spend the night, no candy, no going to the mall, no driving around in the middle of the night, no hugs, no kisses, no love, sleep, go to sleep, water, fish heads for dinner. Mom's awesome. But here we are. Camdin, in his stroller, clapped. Roar! Little hands sticky with Halloween candy. The gate, it wasn't locked, just looped with a piece of wire that broke with one twist. They crossed the cracked parking lot, their shadows long under the yellow streetlight. The front door hung half open. The smell, it hit first. Dust, mildew, and something faintly sweet, like rotting fruit. Ew, Savannah whispered. Smells like dusty farts and dead candy in here. Claire laughed, but it came out nervous. She clicked on her phone light. Hey, Siri, turn on torch. The beam caught the wall. Children's drawings were still taped up, faded and peeling. They were stick figures, suns, crooked houses, flowers, and one picture that made them stop. It showed 3 kids, 2 girls and a baby boy, standing in front of the same building. Their faces were just black circles, scribbles. Like, Savannah backed up. Let's go. Wait, Claire said. Listen. From deeper inside came a sound, soft like a music box winding down. Or maybe that was just Camden's Nintendo Switch playing Cocomelon. But either way, they walked down the hallway. The hallway was lined with tiny lockers, half rusted, some still with names written in marker. Tommy, Michaela, Mitch, Bob. There's no Bob. Sorry, that was a lie. But also there was no... Anyway, Camdin pushed and slid down and struggled to get out of the stroller. He got tangled and stuck in the straps. He wanted down. And what Camdin wants, Camdin gets. So out of the stroller he came. He steadied his tiny white Crocs underneath him. Every step he took echoed twice. Once from him and then once from somewhere else, like an echo or like it was bouncing off the walls. Or maybe it wasn't him at all. "Camdin, wait!" Savannah whispered, chasing after him. He stopped in front of a door marked Classroom C, or Charlie. The handle turned on its own. Creak. The door creaked open. That was my sound effects. Thank you. Inside was a row of tiny chairs, all facing the wrong way, toward the back wall. And on that wall hung a mirror, cracked straight down the center. Claire lifted her light to the mirror. The beam hit the glass, and for a moment she saw their reflections. Savannah holding Camden's hand, herself behind them, and then a fourth reflection. It was a girl, about the same age as Savannah. Her hair was matted, face gray, wearing the same Hanscom Elementary hoodie Savannah had on. She was smiling, and her head was lowered. When she lifted her head, she raised her hand and waved. Savannah gasped and turned around, but no one was there. Camdin started to laugh, just a happy, ill-timed, bubbly baby laugh to cut through the tension. And he started walking toward the mirror. This guy fears nothing. He pressed his palm to the glass, and on the other side, another hand pressed back. The glass splintered. Camdin screamed, "Eee!" The kids ran. They ran and ran, eyes shut, running down the hall, running into things, through the peeling doorways until they reached the main office. And that's where they saw them. Through the cracked blinds in the courtyard outside stood a group of children, 8, maybe 9 years old, all facing the building. Their skin was gray and dusty. Their clothes, they were old-fashioned, like tiny gray fitness uniforms with knee-high socks from the 1960s. And every few seconds, one of them would raise a hand and wave at the window. Savannah whispered, "Claire. Claire, they look like," "Don't say it. They look like us." Camdin started crying, pointing to the kids outside. One of them, a little boy with curly hair, pointed back and then smiled. Teeth, black like Northwest's teeth for Halloween. The whole building started to shudder, a low vibration from somewhere underground. Doors slammed shut, one by one, each bang closer than the last. "Run!" Claire shouted. They bolted for the front door. Camden's tiny hands hit the floor, sending 3 sticky Skittles flying like tiny marbles. Claire scooped him up. Savannah slipped. She caught herself, though. Claire hooked her arm. At this point, it was more of a speed walk. But you know the feeling when you get when someone is right behind you breathing on your neck? That was heavy. And they were moving as fast as their little legs, oh crap, that scared me, would take them. How am I going to scare myself? In the distance, they could hear dogs barking in the field, wild dogs and coyotes. When they looked up, the drawing on the wall had changed. Now it showed 4 figures, all standing inside the building. "Go, go, go!" Claire yelled, dragging Savannah. They hit the door. It was jammed. They slammed against the bar again. No shot. Claire took a step back, raised her ugly black Ugg mule up in the air, and did a side kick that would make Rengoku proud. Tasty. It was a tasty hit. The door burst open, and they spilled out of the building and into the cold night air. They ran across the street to the playground. Only when they reached the swings did Claire dare to look back. Sucking wind, Claire did a check-in. Are we good? We good? We good? Is everybody here? Some mini mom right there. The building was dark again. Still. But in the upper window, 3 small shapes were watching. The next morning, security checked the site. Nothing but dust. No drawings, no footprints, no Skittles. But on the chalkboard inside Classroom Charlie, someone had written in perfect cursive, "Class dismissed." Claire never told her mom what happened. She may have mentioned it to Better Moody. Savannah still won't walk past the school after dark. That abandoned building. Camdin still hasn't uttered a word. Not really. I mean, he is 21 months, but still. Not really. He just watches with knowing eyes. He's more of a surveyor now. He monitors everyone. And when he thinks no one is watching, he grabs his Nintendo Switch and he watches Huntrix. He watches K-pop Demon Hunters over and over and over again. Surely studying their playbook. So, who were they? The 3 kids that were standing in front of a building with black circles for faces. We may never know. Unless we go back in 2025. In the dark of night and ask questions. But also that's unlikely. So we, more than likely, may never know. So, that's it. The end. You're welcome. This is Halloween if you're driving past Hanscom Elementary after dark and you see lights flicker in that old building across the street. The electricity's off. Something's not right. Don't stop. Don't look in the window because someone is inside. I mean, never mind that it may be an electrician. Someone is inside, waiting for someone new to wave back. Be on the lookout for little hooded children. Be advised this Halloween. Stay safe. Happy Halloween. Enjoy trick-or-treating. You guys stay blessed. And I will see you in the next episode. Have a great day. I'm out.